Hi, good afternoon. This is John Kinner with Keller Williams Realty. Today I'm with you because we're going to talk about our real estate minute. This house brings to mind a certain kind of special kind of sale, one that often raises questions. Today we're going to talk about the probate sale and what does it mean for you, the home buyer. Probate sales occur when somebody passes away and leaves property. And this does not necessarily mean the person died in the property. That's a separate disclosure unto itself. But what it means for you, the home buyer, is that you can actually get a property that's at a better than market price, maybe. Probate properties can take one of two forms. Either the trustee, the family person managing the estate has a full authority to sell, or the second one is the trustee needs court approval. This particular property we're looking at right here behind me is one of those of the latter type. The first type that needs no court approval and proceeds very much like a regular standard sale. The second type that we're going to discuss today requires a court approval, and basically what it means is this. Let's say the trustee approves your offer. The family member says, you know what, I'm going to sell to Bill and Susie Smith for $400,000. What happens is that in the future, after the seller signs his authorization on the contract, before it can go to escrow and be sold, or you take possession, the property will have a court date at a hearing, which will be relayed to you by your realtor. And that realtor and you will go to the court on that date, and you will wait for your turn to be called. You'll go up to the stand, and the judge will ask, is there anybody else that's interested in the property? Now, what can happen is that there could be somebody that comes in off the street, and usually an investor that pays attention to this stuff, and outbids you by, usually it's a minimum of 10 grand, and therefore they may be able to take the property right out from underneath you, even if you have a contract, because the judge still has to authorize the contract. Now, let's say you as a seller, let's change the subject a little bit, you as a seller. What can you expect? Your brother just died, passed away, sorry to hear, but left you property. You can't handle a property that's 100 miles from your home, so what do? Well, first thing you got to do, before you can actually sell, you have the authority to sell the property, you must submit paperwork through the court system. Your lawyer will help you to get this authorization. And at that time will be determined if you have the full authority or not, depending on how the trust is written or the probate details it. So you will actually have about 120 days to market the property. You and your realtor of choice be able to market the property. And don't be surprised if you're contacted by several realtors, because that information is public record and can really readily be ascertained by go down to the courthouse. So at that point, you contact a realtor, or a realtor contacts you. Hey, Mark Smith, would you like to sell I'm sorry to hear about your brother passing away, but that property, can I help you with it anyway? The first thing I would do is get an evaluation. Now, the reason why, even if you don't use the realtor, why do you need an evaluation? Because the evaluation, there's going to be another individual in the process called a probate referee. He's going to determine if the offer is within a market price, okay? So what's going to happen is, it basically prevents you from selling the property at a deep discount. Let's say the local area has properties that are worth $5,000, $500,000, and you have an offer, you want to sell for $200,000. Well, if you had to get the authority of the court to do that, the referee would look and say, is this a market offer? Okay, so how, you know, and it is usually a differential of what kind of flexibility they will allow. After you obtain that flexibility factor, you market the property and get offers accordingly. So there you have it. For you buyers, a potential good deal, maybe 10% off the market price, whatever the market is, you know, realizing what condition it's in. And for you the seller, you have now gained a better understanding of what you can expect when you're acting as the trustee for your relative's estate. Once again, this is John Canero. I thank you for spending these few minutes. I hope you have learned something. If you need to, please feel free to contact me at any time. Thank you very much, and you have a very good day. Bye-bye.